Welcome back to Forgotten Frontiers. Today we're diving into one of ancient Rome's most controversial rulers, Emperor Caligula. Known to history as a madman who allegedly appointed his horse as a consul and lived in unimaginable luxury, Caligula's legacy has been marred by tales of cruelty and excess. But was he truly insane, or was there more to the story? Caligula, born Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, came from the prestigious Julio-Claudian dynasty. He earned the nickname Caligula, or Little Boots, as a child when he accompanied his father on military campaigns. Soldiers adored the young boy, dressed in miniaturized military boots, and the name stuck. Despite his early charm, Caligula's life took a dark turn. His father's mysterious death when he was still a child left him vulnerable, and he was taken to live under the close watch of Emperor Tiberius on the island of Capri. Many historians believe Caligula's years in Capri, under the paranoid and sinister Tiberius, shaped his later behavior. Isolated, under constant scrutiny, and aware that a minor misstep could mean his death, the young Gaius Caesar learned to survive by adapting to a ruthless political environment. When Tiberius died in 37 AD, Caligula became emperor at just 24 years old. To everyone's surprise, his ascension went smoothly, and he was warmly welcomed. Rome celebrated the new, young ruler with great enthusiasm, hoping for a fresh start after years under Tiberius. Caligula began his rule with social reforms aimed at restoring some of the freedoms curtailed by Tiberius. He reintroduced democratic electoral processes, increased the rights of Roman citizenship, and began several ambitious building projects. For a time, the future of Rome seemed bright under Caligula's rule. But then, something changed. Just 6 months into his reign, Caligula fell gravely ill. He recovered, but his personality seemed altered, with accounts describing him as paranoid, erratic, and ruthless. Some historians argue that this transformation might have been due to lingering effects from the illness or even a mental health condition. After his recovery, Caligula's actions became increasingly controversial. Among his first moves was to eliminate potential rivals, including his cousin Gemellus, Tiberius's grandson. This was the beginning of a series of brutal purges, especially aimed at the Roman Senate, which Caligula distrusted deeply. One of the most famous stories involves Caligula's horse, Incitatus. It's said that Caligula appointed Incitatus as a consul, one of Rome's highest offices. While the story has often been dismissed as exaggeration, it symbolizes Caligula's contempt for the Senate, whom he felt were too weak and complacent. To him, making a mockery of their traditions with such an appointment might have been a way to remind them who truly held power. Caligula sought to expand his military legacy. He devised a plan to conquer Britain, a challenging feat as it remained outside Rome's control. However, this campaign didn't go as planned, and Caligula returned empty-handed. Rumors say that instead of fighting, he ordered his troops to collect seashells as spoils of the sea, further adding to the image of a bizarre and unpredictable ruler. After this failed campaign, Caligula returned to Rome and demanded a triumphal parade, which the Senate denied. Undeterred, he staged his own parade and even built a floating bridge across the Bay of Naples to provoke and flaunt his authority before the senators. Stories of Caligula's reign only grew darker. Perhaps most scandalous were the rumors of incest with his sisters, a tale that would haunt his legacy. However, historians debate the accuracy of these claims, as they may have been propaganda aimed at discrediting him. Figures like Tacitus, who wrote years after Caligula's death, suggested that such stories could have been fabrications to vilify the emperor and turn the public against him. Caligula's fascination with the East also caused friction with traditional Roman values. He idolized the authoritarian style of Eastern monarchies and expressed a shocking desire to relocate Rome's capital to Alexandria, Egypt, where he would be worshipped as a living god. This announcement infuriated the Senate and alarmed many Romans, as it directly undermined the power of the Senate and went against Rome's core traditions. As Caligula's behavior continued to strain his relationships with the Senate and other powerful figures, plots against his life increased. On January 24, 41 AD, Caligula was assassinated by members of his own guard after attending a public entertainment. The conspirators went further, murdering Caligula's wife and young daughter to eliminate any chance of a legitimate succession. In the aftermath, the Senate briefly considered abolishing the imperial system and restoring the Republic. However, the Praetorian Guard found Caligula's uncle, Claudius, hiding in the palace and proclaimed him the next emperor, ensuring the survival of the imperial system. After his death, Caligula's name was subject to a campaign of erasure. The Senate attempted to wipe his memory from history, destroying statues and images of him. Despite this, Caligula remained popular among the people and the military, and his death left a lasting impression on Roman society. So who was Caligula really? Was he a mad tyrant, or was he simply misunderstood? Caligula's reign was undoubtedly turbulent, but his legacy is a complex mix of ambition, ruthlessness, and possibly propaganda. He was a young emperor who challenged Rome's traditional values, struggled with absolute power, and ultimately met a violent end. Thank you for watching our story. If you enjoyed this dive into Roman history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts on Caligula in the comments below. Was he truly a madman, or have the stories of his cruelty been exaggerated? Join us next time as we uncover more forgotten tales from history's frontiers.